Some absolutely massive news has just dropped. Leading up to Pokemon GO Fest Global, we are going to be getting the Road to Pokemon GO Fest event, and within this event, they're going to allow you to use Elite Charge TMs on Origin Form Palkia and Origin Form Dialga in order to get their Adventure Effect moves. This goes against something that Niantic has stated in the past, and I really do think this is something you definitely don't want to miss out on. Hey, what's happening everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your week has gone really well, and let's get right into it. Alright, so we gotta talk about this Road to Pokemon GO Fest event that Niantic has just announced. It's going to be a tie-in event for Pokemon GO Fest Global, and it's going to be happening next month. And I will say this event is absolutely massive. It's packed with a whole bunch of legendaries for you to be able to get from raid battles, and a whole bunch of other goodies that are absolutely essential. One thing in particular that they announced is something that I mentioned at the top of this video. You're going to be able to use Elite Charge TMs on any Origin Form Palkias and Origin Form Dialgas in your collection in order to give them their Adventure Effect move, Roar of Time or Spatial Rend. And I will say this is huge because Niantic has stated in the past that as a result of how Adventure Effect moves work, you would not be able to get these moves using Elite Charge TMs for either Origin Form Dialga or Palkia, and a lot of players were notably very disappointed by that. I mean, yeah, it is incredibly frustrating, especially if you get yourself a high IV shiny of one of these Pokemon, but it doesn't have the Adventure Effect move. Now, you could actually pick it up. And I think that's incredible. It's going to be for a limited time. I think it's only going to happen during this event. So you will definitely want to make sure you do that. If you have any good Origin Form Dialgas or Palkias in your collection, you will definitely want to use those Elite Charge TMs in order to give it their Adventure Effect move. It's incredible. On top of those moves dealing a ton of damage, they also have very useful effects when you use them, and yeah, I think this is very special. Some players may not necessarily care about it, but a bunch of people do have high IV shinies or just shinies in general of either of these Pokemon, but they do not have the Adventure Effect on them, so yeah, now you're able to get that. Now, of course, this event itself is going to be packed with a lot of content. Like I mentioned, it's going to feature a whole bunch of different legendary Pokemon for you to get. So let's go over the details for how this event is going to go down. The Road of Legends event is going to be happening from July 6, 2026 until July 10. And this is going to be a lead-up event to Pokemon GO Fest Global. Now, the big feature for this event is the plethora of different raid bosses that are going to be spawning during every single day. Starting on Monday, July 6, you're going to be able to get Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Raikou, Entei, Suicune, Lugia, Ho-Oh, Regirock, Regice, Registeel, Latias, Latios, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Attack Form Deoxys, Defense Form Deoxys, Normal Form Deoxys, Speed Form Deoxys, Uxie in the Asia-Pacific region, Mesprit in the Europe, Middle East, Africa, and India region, and Azelf in the Americas and Greenland. You're also going to have access to Origin Form Dialga and Origin Form Palkia, Regular Dialga and Palkia, Heatran, Regigigas, Altered Form Giratina, Origin Form Giratina, Cresselia, Darkrai, Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, Incarnate Form Tornadus, Therian Form Tornadus, Incarnate Form Thundurus, Therian Form Thundurus, Reshiram, Zekrom, Incarnate Form Landorus, Therian Form Landorus, Kyurem, Genesect, Burn Drive Genesect, Chill Drive Genesect, Douse Drive Genesect, Shock Drive Genesect, Xerneas, Yveltal, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, Tapu Fini, Solgaleo, Lunala, Nihilego, Buzzwole in the Americas and Greenland, Pheromosa in the Europe, in the Middle East, Africa, and India region, Xurkitree in the Asia-Pacific region, Celesteela in the Southern Hemisphere, Kartana in the Northern Hemisphere, Guzzlord, Necrozma, Stakataka in the Eastern Hemisphere, Blacephalon in the Western Hemisphere, the Heroes of Many Battles, Zacian, Hero of Many Battles Zamazenta, Regieleki, Regidrago, Incarnate Form Enamorus, Therian Form Enamorus, and Mega Salamence in Mega Raids. On Tuesday, July 7th, we're going to get White Kyurem, Zekrom, Dawnwings Necrozma, and then in Mega Raids, we're going to have Mega Tyranitar. And then on Wednesday, July 8th, we're going to have Black Kyurem, Reshiram, and Duskmane Necrozma with Mega Gardevoir in Mega Raids. And then on Thursday, July 9th, we're going to get Crown Sword Zacian and Crown Shield Zamazenta with Mega Gengar in Mega Raids. And then finally, on July 10th, we're going to have Origin Form Dialga and Origin Form Palkia, along with Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon. Yeah, this is pretty insane. Pretty much every single legendary that has ever been released in Pokemon Go up until now is going to be available in 5-star raids during this week. That first day on Monday is going to feature pretty much every single legendary that you could potentially get, but every single day afterwards, it's going to be dedicated to very specific Pokemon, most of which are extremely good. Now, alongside all of these Pokemon being available in raids, you're also going to be able to get certain charge attacks that are going to have adventure effects. For example, Kyurem is going to know the charge attack Glaciate, which will allow it to fuse, and then Origin Form Palkia is going to have Spatial Ren, and then Origin Form Dialga may potentially have Roar of Time. And these adventure effects, for the very first time, are going to be available through Elite TMs. Now, during this event, you're going to be able to use Elite Charge TMs, and you're going to be able to get the various adventure effect moves. This means that for Origin Form Dialga, for example, you'll be able to get Roar of Time, and then for Origin Form Palkia, you'll be able to get Spatial Ren. This is probably the biggest announcement regarding this event because I'm sure there's a lot of you who are sitting on shiny Origin Form Palkias or Origin Form Dialgas, and you wish you could use your Elite TMs in order to get their adventure effect moves. Well, during this event, you will be able to. Now, there's also going to be opportunities for you to get special backgrounds for some of these Pokemon. That is something that a lot of players are always going after, so do keep that in mind. And then we're also going to get Super Mega Raids during Pokemon GO Fest Global, which of course we've already known about, but they're going to be featuring Mega Mewtwo X and Mega Mewtwo Y for the very first time, and you'll be able to collect Mega Energy for both of these Mega Evolutions. Now, also during this event, we're going to have the following Pokemon hatching from eggs. In 2-kilometer eggs that you collect during this event, you're going to be able to get Weedle, Pidgey, Abra, Ghastly, Pinsir, Aerodactyl, Mareep, Larvitar, Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, Ralts, Bagon, Beldum, Gible, Riolu, Snover, Audino, and Larvesta. And then in 5-kilometer eggs, you could potentially get Bulbasaur wearing a Pikachu visor, Charmander wearing a Pikachu visor, Squirtle wearing a Pikachu visor, Heracross, Mime Jr., and Larvesta. And then finally, in 10-kilometer eggs, you could potentially get the regional Pokemon Tropius, Axew, Bouffalant, which is another regional, Larvesta, Gumi, Jangmo-O, Toxel, as well as Frigibax. And then during this event, we're going to get the following event bonuses. You're going to be able to get unlimited remote raids during this entire week, and then trainers level 31 and up are guaranteed to receive Candy XL for trading Pokemon. You'll also receive special stickers from spinning Pokestops and opening gifts, and Premier Balls will be more effective at catching Pokemon after raids. That's pretty cool. Party Power is also going to charge faster in raids, and this bonus is going to be active during the Roads of Legends. You'll be able to get 2 free raid passes every day from spinning gym photo discs. Yeah, this is all really cool. You're going to be able to get a whole bunch of really good stuff during this event, and you don't want to miss out on any of it. Now, also, there's going to be a Go Pass for this event, and this is actually pretty good. This Go Pass is going to give you encounters with Pikachu wearing a team hat, candy of Pokemon appearing in legendary raids throughout the week, a Go Fest Tea avatar item, link charges, which is the resource you need for super mega raids, incubators, incense, a lucky trinket at rank 100. Yep, that's a free lucky trinket for everyone. And then you're going to get a bonus where you'll be able to have your link charges capped to 2,000 during Pokemon GO Fest Global. Now, if you purchase the deluxe edition, you're going to get everything that I listed, but also a team leader pose, a gold bottle cap, which is pretty insane. You're going to be able to get both a gold bottle cap as well as a lucky trinket with this Go Pass, and then you're going to get Mewtwo with a special background. They're just going to give you one, which is also really cool. You're also going to get a double hatch Stardust bonus as well as a double hatch candy bonus, and then you're going to get additional experience from completing raids, an additional 3 candy from completing 5-star raids, and then additional 1 candy XL from completing 5-star raids. You're also going to have a half egg hatch distance bonus and a bunch more. So yeah, I think this Go Pass is actually going to be really good and definitely worth it. Alright, so in spite of everything that Niantic has announced regarding this event, obviously the big thing is that you could get those adventure effect moves for Origin Form Dialga and Palkia using Elite Charge TMs, but just in general, there's just a whole bunch of content. I really feel like what they're trying to do is get us to use our raid passes before Pokemon GO Fest itself. I really do think you have to be careful with what you raid for. Make sure you're targeting specific legendaries if you actually do plan to do a whole bunch of raids, or you should save your raid passes for the upcoming Pokemon GO Fest Global. That's probably going to be a much better move, considering there's going to be highly valuable Pokemon for you to raid for during those events, specifically Mega Mewtwo X and Mega Mewtwo Y. But yeah, if you do not have an Origin Form Dialga or Palkia with the Adventure Effect move, you could either raid for them, or you could pick them up with Elite Charge TMs. I think that is probably going to be the best use of your Elite Charge TMs if you have them, because you will definitely not want to miss out on these moves. If you have any shinies in your collection without the move, now would be the time to use those Elite Charge TMs, because on top of them getting a lot better with these moves, you're also going to draw a lot of trades. That's definitely a thing. I think a lot of people are always asking for shinies of either of these Pokemon with the Adventure Effect move, and you will have a bunch of them if you use your Elite Charge TM. So yeah, I think this is really exciting. I think this is such a huge move from Niantic. I mean, they stated in the past that you wouldn't be able to get them with Elite Charge TMs. That was one of the big drawbacks to these raids. I think a lot of people were very frustrated that they were not able to get the moves through TMs. I think this was something that Niantic should have done a long time ago, but at the very least, hey, they're letting us doing it now. So yeah, give them credit for what it's worth. We're able to do it. I think this is them kind of speaking to I guess they're trying to say that they are listening to community feedback, but really, they should have just let us do this from the beginning. That's my personal opinion. But in any case, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts regarding everything that I talked about down below. Are you excited for this event? Do you have any shiny Origin Form Palkias or Dialgas that you're going to use Elite Charge TMs on? Definitely share all of that down below. And also make sure you do not Elite Charge TM them now. They're going to be during this event, during the specific times. That's something you definitely need to keep in mind. Don't do it now, wait for the event. That's when you will want to do it. But yeah, share your thoughts in the comments below. And thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. If you ended up enjoying it and you want to support my channel, best way you could do that is hitting the like button for this video, and also make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. And also make sure you hit that notification bell, make sure you turn it on so you know exactly when I upload videos. And also consider checking out the links in the description below. One of them is my Patreon page, and if you join my Patreon, I'm going to add you to my Pokemon Go friends list. So if you want to play Pokemon Go with me for remote raids, the friendship system, all that good stuff, make sure you go and check out my Patreon. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, and I'll catch you in the next video.